Hey everyone, welcome back to Don't Waste the Chaos. I'm your host, Kerri Roberts, and today we're diving into one of the hottest topics in business right now, and that is AI, artificial intelligence. Specifically, I'm going to focus on how small to mid-sized business owners can practically and immediately put AI to work to save time, boost efficiency, and scale smarter. If you've been feeling overwhelmed by all the AI chatter, stay tuned. I'm breaking it down into bite-sized practical steps, and I'll share how I've been using AI inside of my consulting firm, Salt and Light Advisors. I feel like I have to do this episode because I have had 3 clients in the past 1 week ask me to teach them a class on AI, either to them as the business owner or them and their team, which cracks me up because I focus on HR and ops. But if you know me or you've worked with me, you know I don't stay in my lane unless you ask me to. I've been a COO, I've been an HR leader for over 20 years, and I've worked in a number of different industries from distribution to finance to higher education to insurance to mergers and acquisitions. And then now with my firm, I'm working across even more agencies like financial services, legal, medical. And so I've seen the way I use it in my business. I've seen the way others can use it in their business. And I wouldn't call myself a super early adopter, but I am someone who's confident in myself. I love tech. And so I'll jump in and give it a shot. And I can tell you from the word go, I have been utilizing AI with my business and it has saved me from hiring another person. I'm telling you, I'm like an evangelist on this stuff. And so usually I'm in meetings with business partners and they'll say something and I'll be like, oh, you got to use AI like this, or just open up AI, or hey, it's time for you to buy the paid version or whatever. It comes up in normal conversations all of the time. And so I just thought, like, why not put an episode out there so I can give you a crash course? So why does AI matter now? It mattered 2 years ago. It matters a ton now. It's going to matter even more in the future. But you know me, I want to talk about some data. So let me start out with a few quick facts. According to a late 2024 McKinsey report, 40% of small businesses had started integrating AI in at least one operational area. 40%. That's pretty high. And so for the business owner right now that's like, I used it to help me with my macros or whatever, it's not enough. You're going to have to get in deeper. Next stat is companies that adopt AI early are growing twice as fast as those who don't. And I can say beyond a shadow of a doubt, my personal business is an example of this. AI isn't just for tech giants anymore. Thanks to tools like ChatGPT, which is my personal favorite, Jasper, Canva AI, which I also utilize, Claude, there's a ton out there that I've dabbled with. It's now completely accessible and very affordable for businesses of every size. So in short, if you're not using AI yet, you're leaving efficiency and growth at the table. So let's get into it. I want to start out by talking about how I'm using AI specifically at my firm, Salt and Light Advisors. So I'm going to pull back the curtain and share how I'm personally utilizing it. And when I say personally, like I could go deeper into literally my personal life, and I will actually start there just as a fun example. So if you watch me on YouTube, you see my Aura ring. I've got a link for $40 off my Aura ring because I talk about it all the time. And folks are always like, I'll just buy the freaking thing because all you do is talk about it. It's helped with my sleep. It's helped with my menstrual cycles. It's helped with a ton of things. But as an example, I took the data from my Aura ring. I placed it into OpenAI and I said, I want to increase one of my lower areas is my heart rate variability. I want to improve that. And that has to do with my cardiac health. This is very important to me. I'm 42 years old. Heart disease is something that happens to women and it's a silent killer. And so when I saw my heart rate variability wasn't where I'd like for it to be, I was like, I'm going to tackle this. So I took my data, threw it into AI and said, create workouts for me. Here's how, I'm 5'9", I'm X weight, my goals are X, Y, and Z. Create workouts for me to positively impact my heart rate variability. I want to get it into this range. I said I wanted to work out at least 3 days a week, up to 5, give me workouts. And I also said I have a rower, I have an assault bike, I've got all CrossFit gym equipment, I've got free weights, and I live on a farm. I can do hiking. So I put all of this out there and it created a customized plan for me. Now, Am I saying it's my personal trainer and it's there, making sure that I tuck my rear end when I'm doing my planks? Like, no, we're not going to replace those, but it's an amazing support. It's just like that in your business. We're not necessarily replacing people. It's just an amazing support. So let me get into it. Content planning and writing. I use AI to outline things like my podcast episodes, drafting marketing emails, and even brainstorming social media posts. It's like having a strategic brainstorming partner 24/7. And I will get deeper into each of these so I can be super practical with you, because I want you to be inspired to step away from this episode after you listen to it all the way through. Okay, please help me. Thank you. I want you to be able to step away after this episode and go apply some of this stuff. Other things I use it for are client deliverables. So when I'm building a custom HR template or employee guides, I'll use AI to generate first drafts. This saves me like 3 to 4 hours per client project. Next is market research. Instead of spending hours combing through articles and data, I use AI to quickly synthesize threads or give me trend data, best practices online, and it gives me reliable information in a fraction of the time. And by the way, I always say, hey, AI, cite your sources. And so it's not just like throwing it into the abyss. I'm getting sources. And if the sources aren't good enough, I'll be like, no, I want business publications. I want white papers, that kind of thing. And then lastly, administrative tasks. I have simple automations like summarizing meeting notes or drafting internal SOPs. And this has cut my administrative workload personally by around 30%. AI hasn't replaced my human experience, but it has greatly enhanced it. So I want you to literally be able to take this episode and apply it to your business today. So let me go a bit further down the rabbit hole if I've piqued your curiosity with my business. So when it comes to content creation and repurposing, here's how I'm using it. I'm using AI to take my original long form content, like my podcast episodes. So I will take my episode, I'm recording it live. Then what I'm going to do is, after this episode is done, and I've said my words because I never even know exactly what's going to come out of my mouth, then I download the transcript and I repurpose that into leadership trainings or emails that I send out or blog posts, social media captions, and YouTube shorts. We use it for reels. There's tons of that. So every week I turn a podcast episode into a blog post, a few Instagram captions, and sometimes even a script for a short form video. This is all with AI's help. It saves me hours of brainstorming and copywriting. This is also, spoiler alert, one of the ways that I started making content for my book. I'm saying all of the content, like, please help me convert it into this chapter. Like, you guys, I just can't tell you enough how much it's helped. So that's content creation and repurposing. Let's talk business strategy and brainstorming. So I'm regularly using AI as a thinking partner. It helps me refine ideas for HR membership models because I'm rolling out my collectives program. It writes my SOPs for me. It does mastermind structures for me, and has even helped me develop new roles on my team because I'm regularly utilizing it. And I'm like, hey, okay, I want to take these pieces that I've been personally working on and I want to develop a role for it. What should the job description say? Or I do a lot of speaking versus typing. So I'll turn on the audio feature and then I'll just talk through, here's how I'm working this process. Or I'll do a process in Loom and then I'll upload the transcript and then I'll throw it into AI and say, write an SOP, a standard operating procedure. So I've documented every process that I do, which makes it easier for me to delegate. You guys, it's amazing. I get so passionate about this. So right now I'm building out these collectives. Collectives are going to be a membership. It's a one-to-many to make it more affordable to work with me. And so when I was creating these 3-month membership models, I literally typed in the deliverables that I want to offer, and I asked AI to help me format it into a compelling and sellable offer. It helped me think through pricing, timelines, and structure in minutes. It was so good. I've talked about content creating and repurposing. I've talked about business strategy and brainstorming. The next thing I use it for is client delivery and my HR consulting. I use AI to develop HR templates, policies, and training outlines. Instead of starting from scratch, I co-create deliverables and tailor them based on my experience. So when a client needs a new PTO policy or a job description for a hybrid marketing role, I start with what content I've already got from my last 20 years because I've got a ton of stuff saved. And then I put that into AI and I talk about my client, maybe their mission, their vision, their values. And then I have AI contribute to it based off of, I'll say they're operating in this state and what are other competitive jobs out there, specifically posted on LinkedIn and Indeed, things like that. It applies my years of HR experience and then refines it. It makes my consulting work faster, but no less professional. This is not anything to feel ashamed about. Now, if you were just getting into AI and pumping out content that's not valuable and then giving it to people, like nothing's going to go anywhere. It'd be the same as if I put a script together for a podcast. I like to riff these. I like to talk off the cuff. But if I could build scripts for my podcast in AI, if I did, they'd be kind of cold, right? They wouldn't have any personal experience. You could go read it yourself somewhere. And so I do the opposite. I create what it is that I want to say, and then I'll say, give me data and stats around this, clarifying my message, making sure that I'm being practical for a small to mid-sized business owner or whatever that is. And it helps me refine it. And then lastly, let's jump into the podcast and then also my book development. AI has supported both my podcast production process and my book writing. I've used it to organize my thoughts, develop outlines, suggest titles, rework transcripts into written content. It's literally helped me. So I've written 3 books. I had 13 key concepts that I've developed over the last 20 years that I think every business should have. Now, I think that there are 5 initial ones that small businesses need. And then I've got 4 or 5 more as you're growing as a business. And then I've got 3 or 4 more when you're ready for truly strategic HR when you're scaling. I took these 3 items that I think every business needs, and I took my messy voice notes, all of my transcriptions, all of my emails, my blog posts that I've written over the years, my templates, all of that. And it helped me organize them into digestible, helpful chapters. It was like having a silent co-author who never slept. It was so beautiful. So if my specific examples weren't enough for you, I want to jump into some simple, practical ways business owners can use AI today. Let's get super tactical. If you're a small to mid-sized business owner, here are 5 quick and easy ways that I think you could be using this in your organization instead of just talking through mine. The first one is email drafting. I recommend you use tools like AI to draft client emails, follow-ups, or proposals. You're still going to review and personalize, but you're starting 70% of the way there. Now, I had a guy respond to me one day with a response straight out of ChatGPT, and it literally said ChatGPT 4.0 : and then it had a response. And it's because I was pushing him a little bit, asking him. I didn't think we should have a meeting. I was trying to cancel, but I was trying to get him to sell to me because I wanted to make sure that we didn't waste his time or mine. I wanted him to clarify why we were going to have a conversation. He took my email, threw it into AI. Hey, no knock on that. I've done that before. Give me a jump off point. But then he copied and pasted it and put it directly in the email. This guy is in a sales role. So I responded back to him and said hey, I use AI too. I see that you used AI. That's totally fine with me. But just to let you know, in order to get my dollars, I'm going to need a customized approach. So I would recommend in the future that you just don't screen grab the part that says AI says. Okay. I know that seems like something I shouldn't have to say. Instead of that guy responding back and saying, oh, I'm sorry, I was, being quick. I wanted to get back to you quickly. He just never responded back to me. The sales lost, right? So we don't want to just blindly use it. We want to use it to get us going or use it to refine what we already had there. The second thing you need to be using this on right now is social media content creation. Platforms like Canva AI or Jasper or OpenAI, ChatGPT, they can help you generate posts, ideas, captions, and even graphics in minutes. I don't love a lot of the graphic stuff inside of ChatGPT, but I use it a lot inside of Canva. You can batch a month's worth of content in a single afternoon. So here's a prompt you can use. I am a small business that sells fingernail polish, and I am based out of such and such state, but I'm trying to target such and such geographic location. My main client looks like this. This is the avatar of my main client. She is 25 years old and doesn't have time to go to a nail salon and doesn't want to spend the money on that, but really cares about what her nails look like. I want to make a post, at least one post every single day, to grow my following on social media because I sell custom nail art. Please write 30 days worth of content for me, including photo ideas, reel ideas, and captions. It will spit this out for you. If you're not using this already, like, you're behind the times, but never fear, you can start today. The next thing you can use it on is customer service. You can add an AI chatbot to your website to handle basic FAQs, and this will free up your team to focus on more complex customer needs. This one's a no-brainer, not to mention it forces you to get into what are common questions that my clients are asking, like thinking through that. And by the way, you can ask AI that. I'm such and such a business. What are common questions that a client would have of me? You can even start there, and then that'll get your mind swirling around on, oh yeah, what do clients usually ask? And then you can build out generated responses to those. And so all of those first blush questions are answered. It's so beautiful. You can also use it for internal knowledge management. So using AI to organize, like I mentioned, SOPs, HR documents, or project plans. Tools like Notion AI or ClickUp AI can keep your internal operations clean and easier to scale. And then lastly, this one's a really simple one that I don't know why business owners aren't using it, and that's financial analysis. AI-driven tools like QuickBooks Smart Insights can help you spot trends, predict cash flow issues, and make smarter money decisions without needing a full-time CFO. And so every month I have my executive assistant go in and pull down a couple of reports. She takes those reports, she throws them into AI and says, act as our fractional controller or act as our outsourced CFO and tell us what you're seeing and what recommendations you would make and where we're doing well. It spits out like a one-page document, sometimes 2 pages, depending on what we've got going on, that always gives me excellent insights. AI is a reason why I went back to my insurance broker and said, no, this doesn't make sense, because AI was like, hey, based off of your revenue, you're paying too much for insurance. You need to take a look at this. And I went back, that person got sassy with me. And long story short, I went to a new broker because I don't have time for that. And that guy saved me $600 a year. Now, did AI save me $600 a year? I mean, like, arguably, no. I did, the insurance broker did, but it got me thinking about it. If that's not enough to get your creative juices flowing, I've created a list of the top 20 ways that I've seen that small to mid-sized businesses are using AI in 2025. Let's keep it rolling. I have it segmented by chunk. Let's talk about marketing and content curation. So we've talked about generating social media posts, like scheduling or writing posts automatically from your blogs, from your podcasts, from events. Next is email marketing campaigns. It can draft and personalize newsletters or promotional emails for you. It can do search engine optimization, content optimization by analyzing keywords and helping improve rankings with smarter blog writing. It can help you with video script creation and editing, like creating YouTube scripts, podcast show notes, which I utilize, or video shorts, which I also utilize. And you can also use it for graphic design assistance. I keep talking about Canva because I love it, but utilizing AI tools like Canva Magic Design or Midjourney for ads, flyers, and digital assets, like your marketing and content creation. I'm not saying it is a marketer. I'm saying that this can help your marketer get to more strategic things. Next area is ops and administration. So you can create standard operating procedures, like I've mentioned, by drafting step-by-step guides for hiring, automation, client intake. You can also use it, like I mentioned, for automating customer support, like AI-powered chatbots for the FAQs, appointment scheduling if you're not using that, basic troubleshooting, your internal knowledge management. You can build a searchable AI for your own policies, your own templates, your own best practices. You can use it for data analysis and reporting by automatically pulling key metrics from spreadsheets, CRMs, or marketing software. You can also use it for automated scheduling and meeting summaries, like AI booking systems and AI written meeting recaps. If you're not using this, come on. Like I will, after a client meeting, I'll pull down the transcript and then I will send the transcript to the client and I make sure that it includes action items for me, action items for them. And then I throw all of that into the note for the client. So that way, when I'm prepping for that client meeting the next month, I can recall in the notes, if you're not doing this, what are you actually doing? Let's talk HR and people operations. You can use this for drafting job descriptions, job posting ads, quickly build custom listings for open roles. You can use it for screening resumes and applicant matching by using AI software to match candidates to roles based on keywords and skills. Recently, I hired a new EA and I took 2 resumes and then I took the transcriptions from the 2 interviews that I did with these individuals. And I also have them fill out questionnaires and I threw my final 2 candidates into AI and had it do a pros and cons list for me. Magical. You can also do employee surveys and feedback analysis by creating and analyzing pulse surveys to measure team engagement. Training and development content creation. You can build onboarding modules, leadership training outlines, or quick learning refreshers. You can take all of your performance reviews, throw them all into AI, ask it to analyze it for specific job titles, and then say where are the shortcomings and what training programs do we need to be building. Just use it. The next area is finance and legal. So invoice management and payment reminders, you can use it for automating collections and client billing communications. When it comes to financial forecasting models, you can use AI to predict cash flow trends using AI enhanced spreadsheets. You can draft simple contracts or agreements, creating templates for service agreements, NDAs, consulting contracts. Of course, you still want these reviewed by an attorney, but it's a starting point. And then let's get a little bit more industry specific. So if you're in retail, you can use AI for personalized product recommendations. So AI suggests what customers might like based on browsing history or purchase history. In healthcare, you can use it for patient scheduling and follow-up. So using AI chat or SMS systems, reminding patients of upcoming appointments. For construction, for example, you can use this for project proposals and bidding drafts, creating first drafts of scope of work documents or bid proposals. I can go all day long on this, but that's just a jump off point. So I know it's a lot to take in, but think of AI like an intern who's always available to brainstorm with you, draft, organize, and automate. You still make the final call. It just clears the path so you can move faster. Start small, but start. That's what I want you to hear me say. That's the key takeaway. You don't have to overhaul your business overnight. Pick one process, just one, and experiment with an AI tool. Think of AI as a humble efficiency partner, exactly how I like to think about my firm, Salt and Light Advisors. It's not here to replace human connection or intuition, just like I'm not here to replace the people aspect inside of my businesses that I work with. I am here to help support them, and AI is here to clear the noise so you can focus on leading well and growing intentionally. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Don't Waste the Chaos. I would love it if you'd leave a review, forward this to a fellow business owner who's ready to make their life a little bit easier. I know that learning a new technology can feel like chaos, but I'm telling you, this work is very much worth it. So don't waste the chaos, embrace it. Until next time.